I think one of the biggest problems for Shelby Oaks was Chris Stuckmann's now fateful decision to stop doing negative reviews. He didn't want to badmouth anyone in the industry he was hoping to join. And that's, you can see where he was coming from with that. But that decision, he made that a year ago, and it created tremendous audience erosion for his reviews, which he did also less frequently because he was making a movie, but also because he didn't want to do any bad reviews. I don't think that I've ever heard of Chris Stuckmann being disrespectful in his negative reviews, so I don't know why he would be worried about offending anybody. It's not like he was a toxic channel, right? And I think it would help to remember that Hollywood is drawn to, above all, success. Just focus on being a success. Then you can worry about everything else. So Stuckmann would have been, I think, better off making sure he preserved his audience and his image so that it was intact for the release of his film.
Oh, please, let's not overreact. You're here. You've certainly got my attention. So go ahead.
Be warned, it's intense.
So I already were aware that a new movie directed by a YouTuber named Chris Stuckmann, he released his movie called Shelby Oaks, which is a movie that came out last Friday, and the review is not doing pretty good. But here's a message for Chris Stuckmann. Please don't focus on the bad review, okay? The review can be wrong, but if you enjoy your own movie, I am so proud of you, and I am so glad that your dream have finally come true. And just like Kim Mefico said, your wish have been granted. Hello, spooky everybody, and I hope you're having a great spooky day at the nighttime. Not just kidding. My name is NH Studio Lounge Show, and this is going to be the last video of October 2025. And this will be the perfect way to end of this month. Anyway, enough further ado, let's get started of this topic. So when this movie came out last Friday, and the review is not doing pretty good, it's doing awful. So this movie got a 57% Rotten Tomato for the critic, and this movie got a 56% for the audience. And when you look at for this one, 25% for the top critic, and for our audience, it's 52. So yeah, how on earth that Gabby Fake House movie got a fresh rating, but yet a original horror movie directed by a YouTuber who the people's a huge fan of, got a very bad review like this. Seriously, Rotten Tomato, is this how you treat Chris Stuckmann's first movie? I understand that people is not a huge fan of Chris Stuckmann, but 57% for the critic and 56% for the audience? Okay, that is going way too harsh. I hope Matter Web is not the reason why that Chris Stuckmann is getting hate, or else that would be stupid. Because Rotten Tomato, this is just a hypocritical, dude. I'm not a huge fan of Rotten Tomato. I have never been a Rotten Tomato to begin with. The main reason why I'm doing Rotten Tomato a video is because of the fact that I want to give you guys my thought on the Rotten Tomato score. But I'm not a huge fan of Rotten Tomato. I've never been a fan since years ago because Rotten Tomato is such a hypocritical website that they give bad movie a good rating, but yet giving good movie a bad rating, right? That's not how you do your Rotten Tomato, you're freaking damn bad. And for IMDb, yeah, the same with Rotten Tomato. I'm not a huge fan of IMDb because IMDb score, that doesn't make any sense. So I might make a video called IMDb score, which I totally disagree. And those two which were definitely included. So this movie got a 5.8 out of 10 on IMDb, and this movie got a 42 on Megascore. And this movie is not a box office flop, but it is kind of underperformed actually. So the budget for this movie actually is about $1.4 million. And it have the strong opening weekend, and this film grows out of the opening weekend of the $2.4 million in the United States and Canada. But this film was grossing a $3.1 million worldwide on a budget of about $1.4 million. And of course, this film had a strong opening weekend for $2.4 million in the United States and Canada. I already know that this movie is doing a lot better than Tron Alley by Disney, because I'm really thinking this movie is kind of beat the crap out of the Tron Alley by Disney. Why, Disney, can you please, for the living God, remove Tron Alley is in theaters and release that movie on Disney Plus, because there was no need to save that movie along with Disney Snow White, and that's a fact. So yeah. And then we have to talk about this. During Grace Randolph talk about this, I have to talk about it. So thank you, Grace Randolph, for thinking of that. And this is the first time that Grace Randolph talk about Chris Stuckmann. And that's why Chris Stuckmann is going to be the YouTube movie. So stay tuned for that. So I already know that I heard about the controversy of what Chris Stuckmann said, that he's no longer making bad review, which that's the main reason why I described to him, because his raging was absolutely hilarious, right? His raging on The Last Airbender or The Last Air Poopy, that was brilliant, and he deserved an Oscar for that. But I totally understand why he stopped making a bad review, because he doesn't enjoy trashing filmmaker. Yeah, I totally understand that, because trashing on filmmaker, it's kind of remind you that you guys are disrespecting your boss and disrespecting your parent. And when your parent and your boss knows about your action and going on your YouTube page, they will make you're not getting the job because you disrespect me, and I'm not going to get your job on your A. So I totally understand why Chris Stuckmann said that he's not making negativity review. And cannot wait for this. You know what? I was being sarcastic. Yeah, this is absolutely ridiculous when people act that way, right? Come on. You guys are middle of the adult. Why on earth that you guys are acting like a 4-year-old child by getting on your freaking computer, especially for Fantasy Menace? Oh my God, I cannot stand these Fantasy Menace. I wish that committee should not exist in the first place, and I am so scared of death that I didn't mention as a part of them. Hope not. Because actually he did say that he's not a part of them, which I don't believe it. Anyway, so yeah, oh my God, this is absolutely ridiculous. Right, people, this is his decision. If he doesn't want to trash filmmaker because of freaking Matter Web, just let him actually, because, well, come on, he's going to be a director, because when you disrespecting director and he is director, that doesn't make any sense, right? Does this kind of remind you that does this kind of remind you that you're disrespecting your mom, and your mom would definitely get on you? Like, don't ever mess with your parent, folks. I'm not treating parent like they're a bad thing, like, they're a good thing, actually. But please don't disrespect them. Please don't disrespect filmmakers. And even I don't watch Showgirl, even I refuse to watch The Human Centipede. You know what? I'm not putting Human Centipede on this discussion, because that director is a freaking murderer, and I absolutely hate him. So, yeah, and that's the only director I can get back scratch. So, freak him. So, even I'm not a huge fan of Showgirl, The Last Airbender, and of course, some of the Michael Bay Transformers movie along with The Last Night. Do you see me trashing filmmaker? Absolutely not, because I give negativity review as a right way impossible. And of course, my negativity review will always be better than every single Alex video, and that is a fact. But yeah, this is absolutely uncalled for that people act that way, because this is the type of stuff that 5-year-old would do, actually, right? Come on, you guys are grown adult. Why on earth that you guys will act like a 5-year-old child? Oh, Chris Stuckmann is not making negativity review. I want him to make a negativity review, and I don't want Chris Stuckmann to be nice. Be nice for the filmmaker. All because of freaking Matter Web. Sony, you went too far making one of the movie, which I absolutely hated, but not as much as Morbius. But Matter Web, yeah, frick that movie in the A. And of course, even this movie is underperformed, but at least this movie is in the number 7 movie out of the box office. But at least Shelby Oaks is doing a lot better than Tron Alley. Yeah, please remove that movie off the theaters, and I'll be watching that movie when it hit on Disney Plus when I go to my movie theater room with my brother Marcus. So, fellas, that was my video of Shelby Oaks and how this movie is doing. And so far, the review is absolutely terrible. Like, seriously, is this how you treat Chris Stuckmann's first movie? I hope it's not because of freaking Matter Web. So I hope it's not. I hope it's not. But if it is, it shows that people have lost their freaking mind. And it shows that I don't want to be a filmmaker. Like, what if people look at my controversy back in 2020 and 2021 and 2022, especially 2020, actually? Yeah, people would be freaking out. Like, why on earth that people is looking at people's past? It's bad enough that people look at my past. And honestly, let's get an example. Like, back in 2020, I did that one discussing video, which, oh my god, man. This is a video that you're finding in the hub, not a freaking YouTube, darn it. Yeah, I don't understand why I did that love story on YouTube. Was, oh my god, man, that make me want to puke just like the human centipede. Oh my god. Ugh. Oh boy. And I do agree with Chris Stuckmann. Just because we really enjoy making negativity review, that doesn't mean we absolutely enjoy yourself trashing filmmaker. Well, the director of The Human Centipede, that's a different story because the director of The Human Centipede is absolutely a sick freak and he might be a murderer. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm done making this video. So this video is going to be the last video of October 2025 because I'm not making any videos tomorrow because I'll be busy for Halloween. So you're not going to see me in John Wick fan live stream because every time I'm in John Wick fan live stream, he always bring that Art the Crown. And I swear to God, if I see Art the Crown one more time, I will throw that Art the Crown to the dust. Nah, just kidding. I don't want to mess with Art the Crown, or else he would mess with me. Nah, just kidding. All else gonna be even worse in that bedroom scene in Terrified 2. Okay, I'm done. Anyway, so if you haven't seen that movie, I recommend you check it out. Please ignore the bad review. Please ignore what people said. And please ignore what the controversy that Chris Stuckmann and I have to deal with on a daily basis. And I don't blame him because I have to deal with the controversy actually. Like what happened to my other live stream when people showed the Hub videos. And thank God my live stream for last night didn't show that. So thank God for that. So I don't understand why people is trashing some good YouTuber like Chris Stuckmann and Jesse Ridgway. But when Troll Band Together Franchise 1 become a new filmmaker, I hope not, people will be overplaying him like it's better than God and have him directing Wreck-It Ralph 3. Mark my word, Wreck-It Ralph 3 is going to be just as bad as much as Strange World. I don't want him to direct Wreck-It Ralph 3, or else it's going to be a worse piece of crap. I honestly don't want to see Alex as a filmmaker, or else me and Nicole and Jack 21 Storm is going to be angry at Alex become a filmmaker, because I'm not going to be happy just like Chris Stuckmann become a filmmaker. Like, I am proud of Chris Stuckmann. But when Alex is going to be a filmmaker, I am not going to be happy. I'm going to be laughing at him because he's going to be just as bad as much as Ed Wood and even the director who brought you Showgirl. And yeah, he might be even worse than the director who made The Human Centipede. Yeah, I'm going way too far. So no, I don't want to see Alex as a filmmaker, or else it would be a huge nightmare, or else it make Hollywood into a ish shows. I don't want to say the S word because I'm making this video advertiser friendly, but maybe we'll see. Anyway, so if you enjoyed the Shelby Oaks movie, and I cannot wait to hear your thought on the comments down below. Sorry about the stuttering. And if you enjoyed of this last video of October 2025, please, I recommend you, gentlemen, you hit the spooky subscribe button, turn on the scary notification, and share this video to all these skeletons. Well, guys, that was my last video of October 2025 of me talking about Shelby Oaks, which is a horror movie, so thank God I talk about that movie. So, yeah. So, my next video, which it might be a review on Wish, honestly, I already know that people's going to say in the comment, going to keep saying, Nick, I thought you did a review on Wish, like 3 times. Well, it was screen recorded, and I gotta say, screen recorded the poster is absolutely lazy, so it's absolutely lazy writing, so it's a lot better than using that term that Alex used, so no, I ain't gonna say that because I did promise Nicole I ain't gonna say it, so I'm gonna keep my promise in my heart, so yeah. Anyway, guys, so this is NH Studio Lounge signing off in Yetios, and you guys have a spooky day, everyone, and stay tuned for my video called Why You Should Give Disney Wish a Chance, and stay tuned for my movie review of Amsterdam, and stay tuned for part 2 of Rotten Tomato score, which I totally disagreed, and Gabby Fakehouse movie and Shelby Oaks would definitely be included. And this is it. Now goodbye and good night.